Sup, Pyros? Well, today I'm going to do a quick little demo on how you go about, or how you would repurpose a shell that didn't go off or got damaged and make it a little better, spice it up a little bit. So the shell in question, it actually has been sitting outside for over a week. It's actually dry, so is boom. Now I'm gonna refuse it. I'm gonna pull that out and put a better one in there. But since I had a couple people ask me about my modded shells, I'm gonna fill this space with one of these. These are just bull crap, bullshit, phantom, aerial, is it aerial, not aerial avalanche, aerial revenge. Anyway, in their magazine they advertise that they go higher than regular shells. And when you shake them, you can hear something moving around in there. So I cut one that was damaged. So I thought it was damaged. I cut it open. And bam. Just see in there. So actually it's not damaged. I could still shoot it. But since we've already gone to the trouble of cutting it open, it's just a regular ass ball shell. I doubt it goes any higher than a regular ass ball shell. But these do have a good tail. I know Sugar Bear Pyro was talking about tails on one of his latest videos, and these got a pretty good one. I got a demo of some of these going up. They're still in their box. So anyway, I got a feeling that this will fit in that. So I'm gonna pause the video, get the clay in here so I can repurpose it. Then we'll weigh that up. Don't mind all the residue on that. We're gonna weigh that up, see what's in it. Weigh this up and see if we can't get it all in there and reseal it. I won't be able to shoot it off tonight. It's gonna need some time to dry out. So anyway, I'm gonna hit pause. Oh, and this is a demon shell that at a later date I'm either gonna take what's in and out and put in something else, or add something to it and refuse it. I may add some lift to this. I'm not sure. I haven't opened up the bottom to see if there's even any room. A lot of times these shells are maxed out anyway. You really couldn't add any more lift. I'm not really sure what these came out of. They're heavy as shit though. Anyway, I always find stuff like that left over. I save it, let it dry out, because one of them was actually wet. Let it dry out. Sometime this spring or summer I'll cut them open and either or definitely add them to something else, like one of these or something. So anyway, I'm gonna pull the out. All right. So that's what was in there. Actually got a lot of space in there. I'm betting I could get the whole demon shell in here. There's at least that much room in there. So anyway, let's see how much the weight is. And the effect is number 12, Crackling Willow. Oh shit, I didn't put batteries in the scale. Pause. Alrighty. 0. Hold that away just in case. I'm gonna set you down for a minute. Oh wow. Yeah, that's kind of shocking. Damn it. 37.9. So 38 grams basically of composition. Oh, there's plenty of room in this. So 37 is what we're starting with, and we'll probably add this to it. So pause again. Alright, I put it in here just to make it easier to dump. We're at 0. Oh wow, that's great too. Empty. Yep. Empty. That crap out of the way. So we're at 20, so that would be what? 57? What did I have before? 37? Oh, 38. Damn, I probably should put the demon in there. I'm pretty sure that'll fit in there. So anyway, 20.4. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing this. So we're almost at 60 by itself, minus the lift. We're gonna blow up. I know I'm gonna get a shit ton of comments. You ain't very safe. So anyway, that's going in there. I think I got some more somewhere. Let me look around. Alright. Definitely don't recommend this, but I've been wanting to see what it'll do, so. Let it put us up to 64 to get all of it. Yep, wasn't much lift in it. So that's the lift too. Maybe I'll make it louder. So now that plus whatever the lift that's in it, we could be getting into the Thunder Nation territory. Alright, so I'm going to mix it up a little bit, add it to that, and then show you what I do from there. Alright, all of it's in there. Now the effect that got added to it was golden palm tree. Obviously the silver tail ain't get added. Didn't get added, ain't get added, good lord. And crackling willow. So hopefully they complement one another. But I'll definitely at some point get this filmed. And I'm gonna show you now how I go about getting this back on. I don't use a glue gun. So I'll get the first round done and then I'll show you. Alright. So what I do is I put one of the discs back in there and I'll put the other one back in there too. And then there's probably oh shit, I got water on my fingers. There's probably 4 or 5 layers of tape that I tightly press around the edges. Now I've done this before, so I know it works. I know some people are gonna see it and be like, tape, no way. But whoops, good thing I didn't put that in there. I just ain't comfortable using the glue gun. So anyway, I added a teeny bit of water, just enough to make a paste. And this is where the cure part comes in, is it'll re-harden after a while and turn right back into that brick. So I'm gonna get that in there and show you that part. If I had a way to hold the phone or borrow 3 hands, I would be showing you everything. Alright, so not all of it, but most of it gets back in there. And then you put the other disc, because you're going to get 2 discs. This is the other one. You put one below, several layers of tape. I use masking tape, and then I use the magic tape on top of that, so in case there's any moisture left in this, it doesn't leak over. But if you're going to let it sit for a while, damn, this thing is heavy. If you're going to let it sit for a while, the moisture in there it's not going to matter. It's going to dry up anyway. As you can see, this is still pliable. And I'll come back later on and add like maybe 2 or 3 more layers of tape. You know, wait till you start to feel this firm up and it's ready. Now, I've never wasted one and shot it while it was still wet. This BP might be a little damp, so it definitely has to harden, but I will film it. And what I'll probably do is modify a few other shells and just shoot them all together and do a demo on that. It's simple. It takes a little time. So to recap, we added both the lift and the guts. We're, just for the hell of it, let's see what we're at. $193.1, 93.5. Wow. Some of that's moisture though, so I wouldn't call that a true reading. And some of it's tape. And I've also refused it. That's why I can tell right in here is a little damp. so it's gonna need a little while to dry. So anyway, I'll do another video sometime with this one, and then fill the what's inside these, maybe add them to something. And so anyway, that's how you do that. Hope that helped anybody out on trying to figure out how to, you know, mod up shell. I hope it's not illegal. If so, I'm in deep shit. Anyway, I've done this a few times. It ain't all that hard. At least this shell, that shell, and a couple others that I modded, they would have just been thrown away had I not did this. And there's just not enough videos out there on it for whatever reason. So anyway, that's that. Thanks for viewing, Pyros. Welcome back, Pyros. So I'm gonna do another little mod video, just giving you another little couple of ideas on how to mod up your shells. Some of the shells we come across these days ain't all that good, so I'm gonna show. Whoops. Here's the one from yesterday. It's still pliable. And what I'll probably do before we shoot this is dump the lift, weigh it, make sure it's all powdered up, and then put it back in there. Well, not powdered up, but granular, and put it back in there. This shell will probably dry out for at least a month and a half, 2 months. You'll know it's ready when it's hard. This is one of the X cows, and you can see this was made before the 4th of July 2017, and it's every bit hardened up. It's just crushed up rocket guts and firecracker guts. A lot of silver. Wink. This one was just a cheap, crappy ball shell. Now, when doing this, you can take the 4-inch shells and do it. I think it's better to use these, or any of the 5 inches, because there's just so much more room to get stuff in. So, and here's a couple of the first ones I started playing with a long time ago. This was just, we had pulled the fuse out, stuck the fuse back in, and then I had the bright idea of taping up a bunch of them just to see if we can get that boom a little louder without actually modifying the shell. And so this would be Gen 1. I wouldn't even call this modified, it's just throwing tape on it. These I combined two, I don't even remember what these were. I think these were cheap TNTs, and I combined almost two. These actually come with a fair amount in them, so it is hard to get more in it. Actually, these two, I split up a bunch of firecrackers and added black cats, so that's what these are. Not bangers. I just wanted to add some bang. The one we're gonna modify today, there's nothing wrong with this shell. It's actually a really good effect. This is a color changing Wolfpack shell, but for some reason this is not in it. I don't know what it is. We'll cut it open to see, but that knot prevents it from getting down in the tube, so that's fine. In other words, this shell just modified or volunteered its guts to go to that. Not sure which color change effect it is, but that'd be neat to have two color change effects in the same shell. So basically, to recap, we're going to mod this, so you will be seeing this, all these plus this and a few others I do will be in a later demo, so you will be able to check them out. Now, this is not a stash update. I just threw a bunch of shit in here. Some of this stuff is new. And there'll be a stash update 3.0 or 4.0. Hey, we're on 4.0 at some point. Showing, I just got a few more things to get in before I can do that. So I'm gonna hit pause, get the desk set up. All right, so we've already pulled the first part of the top out. It's going in there from yesterday.
Okay, anybody here have an opinion who's not a skeevy pig?
All right, so we got it emptied. That be it. Now let's see what we started with. We came out to 46.1. Wow. Now, gonna get this open and find out what that knot is. Alright. That shit out of the way. So that knot was actually on the inside. It just looks like a glob of glue. Somebody screwed up when they made it, because it definitely would not have, the only way to get it down in that tube was to force it. I just ain't comfortable shooting that out of there with people standing around, you know. That's definitely glue. So anyway, let's see what we got. I put it in here. There's what was in there. 0. 18.5. We're definitely going to add something else to that. So pause. Alright, let's set you down for a second and I will add the...
Let me make it up to you.
I won't get to use that.
Moving in with blood. You're moving in with blood. Yeah, right? It's gonna be okay. No, it's not gonna be okay. Steven, your dad is not...
Nice. Alright. So that's what we're at now. I just added some other guts that I had laying around and get rid of them. And I put the lift in there as well.
Anyway, Fred, thanks for everything.
So now we're at 27.
I don't have to do a whole crying thing. What, you think I do? Nah, I just don't entertain. Anytime you need a place to stay, you're welcome here. I don't like virtual. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks. So, what?
Ooh, yeah. That bad boy is going to bang. Alright, so now I got to get it back in here. Alright, so it's all in there. Now, we don't have a lot of room for the clay. Some clay is still going back in here, but I've got to get the layer of tape down first and then wet up the clay to get it back in there. So let me do that before I knock the damn thing over. Here's the 2 discs. So that would be disc 1, which is going on there. Disc 2, and we're not even going to use that. Foosball. Alright, so the first disc is back in. Now this is why I don't use the glue gun. It gets all around in there. Now this I would have dumped out if I was even going to attempt to use a glue gun, but that's why. And this method does work. So when the demo comes out, you'll see it. And you'll see a safer way to do this. Alright, like before, several layers of this pressed in there up against the sides, covering completely, and then another layer of the magic tape. Added a teeny bit of water to the clay, we're going to pack what we can back in here. Place the disc back on top. Tape on top. So, safety first.
Can tell me where happiness comes from.
Alright, obviously we didn't get anywhere near all of it, but I'll save this. Once it dries back out, put it in a bag and use it for future use, or chuck it in the garden. Anyway, when I get it in there, what I like to do is, press all the air out of it, get it as dense as you possibly can, and then that will go back on top. Now, once I press this in a little bit, I'll start getting the tape across the top. So, I'll show you the next part. Alright, so this was the first one. We wrote number 1 on it, so when we do the demo, we'll know which one to look for. I don't know whether to be the first shell or not, but we'll know when number 1 goes up. And it was 192.3. A lot more of the clay went back in this one. Most of it actually made it back in this one. Number 2, as you can see, most of the clay did not get back in it. And we came to 178.3. So less clay in this one, more composition. I've got some more somewhere, I just gotta figure out where they are. I'm missing a box of shells. This one, not much of the clay I think made it in this one. And it was 140, this is just an X cal. And this one was 147. And again, not much of the clay made it back in it. Both of these were the new with the plastic tops. So when you pop the top off, you actually have a good little bit of space before you get to the clay. So I just eliminated that space and most of the clay.
Well, did he tell you about how much his feet smell?
So I'll get some more made. Probably won't do a demo or how-to on it, but and it's not going to be today. But when they get ready to go off, I'll be sure to get that film for you. And we'll be getting a stash 3.0, 4.0 at some point. Just waiting on a few more things to come in. So, appreciate the view. And Pyro on. Thanks, Pyros.
Now, you see what you done?